Hey everyone, what's going on? Greg here again from Team Blast. This is how I study the map for my local SEO clients and how it gets them more impressions, phone calls, and website clicks for their target keywords for their business. So to start, the metric that I care most about for all of my local SEO clients is SOLV. That stands for Share of Local Voice. That is positions 1, 2, or 3 in the heat map that I'm about to talk about later on in this presentation. That is what matters. So for example, if I search for the keyword mover or movers near me or HVAC, etc., Google displays 3 organic map pack listings on page 1 of Google. Especially when I'm on my mobile phone, I can call these businesses directly. I don't even have to even visit the website. That's what most of my local SEO clients care about, getting more phone calls to their business. So being in position 1, 2, and 3, that's where the majority of phone calls and website clicks are going to take place. If you're past position 3, so if you're position 4 or beyond, you're not on page 1. Therefore, you have to flip those dots to get more business. So to start, this is the SoLV trend for one of my for my client that I'm actually showing this presentation for. The keyword here is AC repair. Now I've redacted their name and I've also redacted their coordinates, but they are the red line. And initially back in January, they had about a 6% or so share of local voice. But for this keyword, it kept dropping for them throughout the month. So then in February, I really looked at this keyword and said, okay, what can I do to really flip the map, start getting them more qualified impressions, which should lead to more phone calls and website clicks for them. So you can see now that they have tied one of their competitors now in the 6 mile radius, and their map now is starting to change for them. So here's the map changes. So on the left was the initial good. That was January 8th. They had a few green dots. Then in February 5th, you can see all those dots basically disappeared. Now they're all red. Now on February 11th, the dots are really flipping, and there's actually more opportunity for me to flip, which is going to lead to a higher share of local voice, which should then lead to more future phone calls and website clicks. So this is how I focus on the map. I look at dots 4, 5, and 6 whenever I look at the grid. Then I have another computer next to me as I'm looking at this map. And what I do is I look at the individual towns and cities that surround this map, and I say, what population are these towns? For example, if one town, let's say it's dot number 5, has a population of 2,000 people, and there's another dot, let's say in a opposite end of this quadrant that has 20,000 people, that's position 5. I know flipping that dot alone should have a higher return on investment via more impressions, which should then lead to more phone calls and website clicks. So I'm really studying the map and saying, okay, I know from a service level, I have to flip the dots 4, 5, and 6. But then where should I flip them on the map? And that really comes down to where are those pockets of population that I can really focus on. That's where I need to flip. So yes, on the service level, it's great to flip dots, but I'm really looking at where are the more pocketed metros that I can flip. They're going to return the best, basically return for my client for more phone calls. So what have I done really since February and been able to flip this map now for them? So I'm going to show TM Blast as the example. So I'm not showing my client, but just going over what I do. So to start, I rewrote their description. So the description, I think, is a pretty big ranking factor. I try to use some target keywords in there, but I'm also making it really clear for AC repair how they specialize in that. I'm going to put that in the beginning of the first sentence or two to really give my best description, really my best pitch to Google and also to users too, that we are an AC repair company. Next, I changed the service area. So again, I'm showing TM Blast, but I looked at that map. That's what I said before. I studied it, and then I'm actually changing the service area. So if there's more, let's say dots 4, 5, and 6, I'm able to flip. I'm going to include them in the service area section. You have up to 20. I think it's a pretty low ranking factor, but I still put that in anyway. Next, I removed unnecessary secondary keywords. So again, for AC repair, it's really easy to have tons of secondary keywords. So I'm trying to keep it really concentrated towards that. So I went into their account. I removed a lot of unnecessary secondary categories. I thought it was diluting the focus a little bit for their profile. I think that's actually helping them rank a little bit better now. Next, I'm focused on updates on AC repair only. So for all my HVAC contractors out there, it's really easy to have a lot of updates around like heating and cooling and some other things as well. But if you're really focused on, the weather's getting hotter and you need to be in front of people for AC repair and AC maintenance and AC tune-up, focus on updates around that. It's really going to help give more direction to Google that you are specifically an AC repair company. Next is the services section with more detail. So sometimes what I noticed is that when I inherited Google My Business account, there's a lot of services that are listed there, but there's no description around what it is. So I went through, I've been really updating the description game more, explaining exactly what they do, AC repair, etc. And I've been adding that description. A lot of times where clients will reach out to me, there's actually no description written. So that's usually an opportunity to flip. But in summary, though, I'll go back up to the map. I think this is the most important thing. When you are running your scans within Local Falcon, really look at the map, look at the dots that you're able to flip. Look for ways you can include that within your Google My Business account. Again, description, updates, service areas. Make sure that you are really getting concentrated on those winnable areas. Then you can keep running the scans within Local Falcon. You can do this on a every other day basis or every day if you have enough credits, and keep running the scans and seeing if you're able to improve the map. Because basically, if you can improve the map by 100%, that should then increase phone calls by, X amount more phone calls per month. And then if you keep increasing that map even further for your client or even for your own business, it should keep increasing phone calls, website clicks, and then even more impressions too. Anyway, that is the basically how I look at the map, how I study the before and after, how I track the results within Local Falcon. And all I'm looking to do is keep increasing the map size for my clients so they can get, again, more business for what they provide. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. And as always, have a good